things. Ow! It's your boy, the knockoff Don, aka Joe Budget. I've been feeling under the weather, but shout out to the subs, all the subs. Speaking of subs, your boy done switched sides. You know what I mean? I'm a moderator for a new group. Shout out to Weedian Warriors. Shout out to CR. I didn't think I'd find a bigger troll on Reddit than me, but you learn things, you know what I'm saying? You learn new things every day. Shout out to my dude Federal. Already collaborating. Already got some new things working. Shout out to my guy Pottles. Hold on. Yeah, shout out to my guy P with the ski. You know what I'm saying? Doing your thing. You know what I mean? I see the numbers on TikTok. It's pretty obvious. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, yeah, we back to business. We back to the grind. You know what I'm saying? Nothing changes. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing changed but the weather on the range. What was the line? With the number on the range? Yeah, okay. Yeah. I know what time it is. Let's get to it, man. All right, so Bing, let's give Bourne his flowers. All right. Not only does he go after the grails, the sacred joints, the exclusives, whatever you want to call them, he also goes after literally the pinnacle of sneakers. So let's just get the clearance out the way. I know a lot of times I make fun of the retails, aka the sneaker nerds, you know what I mean, and how they overdo and go over the top with certain things. But if you're gonna reference something, let's be honest. If you're gonna put on the most iconic, legendary colorway of a sneaker that literally birthed the sneaker culture on your feet, at least have the decency to make sure that it's actually retail. What is up with you? All right, I get it. But with that being said, I'm actually going to sound like a sneaker nerd because we have to pay attention and understand what this sneaker means and what it has done to the sneaker culture in general. You can argue, matter of fact, it's not even an argument, it's definitive that this sneaker birthed the sneaker culture. Yes, there were collaborations prior. Yes, there were pro athletes wearing sneakers before Jordan. I understand all that. This is all documented. But nothing compares to what this colorway, what this model did for the culture. It literally birthed a culture. It's literally synonymous with arguably the greatest player of all time. When you think of Michael Jordan, you think of the Chicago colorway, whether if it's the ones, which is obviously this one right here. And you have to keep in mind that this, to a certain degree, may be a niche or a subtle, more of like a, it's not for everybody. Just off the simple fact that you can argue that this colorway has been done to death. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have seen so many iterations of a Chicago one, you know what I mean? But with that being said, this is for the people who were there for the actual transformation of a quote unquote ideal prototype sneaker that manifests into a $1 billion plus corporation, like in a span of 30 some years. You know what I mean? Like, even after the man's retired, it's still the most popular sneaker, the most recognizable sneaker, the most sought after sneaker is a Air Jordan 1, specifically the Chicago colorway. We've seen later renditions as far as re-retros, you know, reimagines, you know, we saw the Lost and Founds not too long ago. And I think that's why the uniqueness of this colorway and the make and model of it, I know I haven't stressed it, but it's an 85 cut, which is why I've kind of referenced this is not for everybody. Some people may not even understand the essence and what that even particularly means when you're referencing an Air Jordan 1 85 cut, which is basically symbolizes the origin of the sneaker, like the birth of it, the original prototype, ideal, no touch-ups on it, no new mock-up, color blocks, none of that. Just literally the sneaker that it was born to be in its original ideal. So with that being said, I think you got to give Bourne his flowers, dog. It's pretty obvious that he nailed these joints.